Welcome to another episode of the Money Wheel Podcast. The journey to wealth starts here with your host, Dawn Shade.
Hello, friends and future millionaires. Welcome to the Money Wheel Podcast. My name is Kris Hutchinson. We've got a special treat. Andrea is back with us, and today she's going to be talking all about eCom.
Absolutely. I love being here. I love e-commerce, and it's absolute honor to be here to talk to you guys about a great little subject. And this is a crash course in what I call Easy eCom 101. Welcome, pull up a seat. You are now a student in e-commerce, and I'm glad to teach you. What is e-commerce? People hear this word all the time. It's thrown around like sprinkles on a cupcake, and people drop it the same way they drop entrepreneur, millionaire, all these really important words. But e-commerce is a word that not too many people actually understand what it means. What is e-commerce? In reality, this could be, it seems like a big made-up word that could mean nothing more than a status term thrown around by people to make them feel as if they're doing something. You go to a dinner party, what do? Well, I'm in e-commerce, and nobody really knows what it means. So let's debunk it. Let's break it down to its parts. E-commerce, in an essence, to many, is a label to quantify their time. This is what I do. I'm in e-commerce. And this is partially true. Yes, you're in e-commerce, but still, nobody understands what that means in the greater population. E-commerce touches the lives of 99.99999% of people in the modern world. And being me, living in the woods, you would think that this isn't necessarily true. How could e-commerce touch the life of the person that has never opened a computer, opened an email, or bought anything online? Well, I'm going to tell you all about that, because e-commerce is more than just the big box, the big dogs that have these huge stores that people come to shop, buy their toilet paper, toothpicks, and dental floss. It's more than that. E-commerce is small businesses, because small businesses are the heart and soul of e-commerce. All these mom and pop shops are involved in e-commerce, whether you are knitting a hat, making a scarf, making yourself some artisan salts to cook something with. Guess what? E-commerce touches your life, because unless you are Frontier Fred living on 210 acres in Northwest Territories, and you personally catch, kill, and skin everything from your food to your underpants, you are participating in e-commerce in some way, shape, or form, because this is a global market. No matter what you do, you are participating in e-commerce, even if you never buy anything online, because someone along the way, someone along the supply chain was online at some point getting something if they never directly did it themselves. This is the world we're in. And that's the bigger picture. E-commerce as an entrepreneur is bigger than the single having a store. E-commerce is the opportunity to build your brand if you don't have one, to validate your brand if you have a brand, and helps you draw that line in the sand as an influencer. If I make hats, and everybody knows I make hats in my small hometown, and I put up a store so I can deliver this product to the greater world, I have now differentiated myself from every other Tom, Dick, and Harry at the craft shows that are only selling it to each individual person. You are a aligned focus. You have that opportunity for multiple revenue streams, where I could sell it to you, I could sell it to my neighbor, and I'm supporting everyone else along the way, because e-commerce is more. E-commerce is bigger than a one store and one product. Open your eyes as a business, as a brand, to the bigger picture of what your business gets to become. If you are an author and you're selling your book on an online platform, and you're selling your book, that's great. Celebrate. You got your brand, you got your business. Now, open your eye. You are more than a one-stop shop of a business that does one thing. You sell a book. Well, then you could sell products related to the book. You could sell merchandise related to your brand. quotes, calendars, jewelry, tchotchkes, all these opportunities that align the focus with what you originally created. You wrote a book. What other stems from that do you get to do that then support all these other people along the way? This is what e-commerce does. It connects the world. It allows you to serve people, your audience, and every other step along the way. There is more involved in this business than one product to one person. And it's small businesses that drive the economy. Can you be on a big one? Yes, but it's small businesses. If you're an existing business with the customer base, the smartest thing you can do, the very smartest thing you can do to leverage your time is to look at the potential that eCom will bring you. So think about it. Kris, how many people do you know that are doing one thing so great that their community would be greater served with some diversification and aligned focus in e-commerce?
No, that's right. And that's exactly one of the fundamental principles that we teach at Money Wheel. That's exactly what the Money Wheel is all about is, if you focus on one thing, that's great, but how can you get other aligned sources, other spokes of income to help complement your business?
Awesome.
All right. Well, thank you, Andrea. We really appreciate your time today. And that's all we have for this episode of the Money Wheel. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening to the Money Wheel podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and like the podcast. For everything that was talked about in today's amazing show, go to moneywheelpodcast.com and get today's show notes, past episodes, and most importantly, you can connect with Don Shade on all his social media platforms. Again, at moneywheelpodcast.com. If you are just looking to email Don, you can email him at don@moneywheelpodcast.com. For a list of all our tools we use in our business, you can go to moneywheelpodcast.com/resources. Again, thank you for listening to today's podcast, and see you in our next episode of the Money Wheel Podcast.